Okay, so before I do anything, you're going to take your apples, take your stems out of your apples. And I have a pot of hot boiling water. And I also have a pot of cold water. So what we're going to do, we're going to boil these apples for 8 to 10 seconds. That is to get the wax off the apples. So that is what we're going to do first. Alright, so I'm just going to take my apples and put them in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'm going to take them out and we're going to put them straight in that cold water. I know I had some people comment saying that their candy won't stick, or just a couple issues with that process. Well, if you don't do this cleaning process, your apples, your candy is not going to stick to your apples because that wax is keeping the candy from sticking to your apples. So you got to make sure you do this cleaning process. That is a must if you want pretty apples. And I also had comments about, putting them in the water and them turning dark. But look, when you do your apples the same day, this is not something that I prefer to do. It's just something that I may do if I need them apples the same day. But with my business, I always make sure that I leave the apples, I boil them and do the cleaning process, and I leave them out for 48 hours. Because when you leave them out for 48 hours, that lets all the sap come out, and it just makes your apples way better. Because this process is good if you need them apples the same day, and they come out pretty and everything, no bubbles and everything. If that's what you need these apples the same day. This is the process, the best process to do. But if you doing the order and you got time to boil those apples and let them sit out for 48 hours, I prefer to do that because I've did it and not let them sit out, and they get the little pinholes in. They get the pinholes because the sap is still trying to come out your apples. So if you think about it, once you put the candy on your apples and they haven't sit out and cooled, that sap, them little and those little dots of the sap, you will see them when you sit them out for the 48 hours. You will see the little sap bubbles coming out. So once you cover them with the candy, that sap is still trying to come out your apples because all the sap hasn't come out. So you'll get the little pinholes. But if you need them for that day, this process is okay, because they're going to eat them that day, and they'll be pretty and they won't have any bubbles or anything. So the point is, if you're going to if you need those apples the same day, then do this process. This process is perfect. You're going to get pretty apples, no bubbles, and this is a good recipe for doing them the same day. Alright, so I'm going to let my apples sit in this water for at least about 2 hours and let them cool off. And then once they cool off, we're going to make our candy mixture, and then we're going to decorate them. So I will be back after my apples sit for 2 hours and cool. And if you want to, you can always put a little ice in your water to cool your apples quicker. But, anything that the ice or whatever that you can do to let them cool off. The quicker they cool off, the quicker you can dip them. Alright, so I will return once these apples cool, and we will start our mixture and we will start dipping. Okay, you guys, I'm back. And I know I boiled the 3 apples earlier. and I was sitting those in the cold water to cool. Well, now it has changed because I have an emergency order that I have to do 12 apples for. So I'm gonna have to boil some more apples. So why not bring y'all along on this process of doing more apples? So I'm just taking my stems off, getting them ready to boil. 2, 4, 6. Alright, so it's 10 apples here. And we already did 3 earlier. So I'm about to boil these, and we're gonna put them in the cold water after we get them boiled. And then we're gonna make our candy mixture. And since I'm doing more apples than what I thought I was doing before, the recipe is going to change. So I'm going to double that. Where I had 2 cups of sugar, we're going to use 4. Where I had a tablespoon of vinegar, we're going to use 2. And where I had a half a cup of water, we're just going to use a whole cup of water. Alright, so now let's boil the apples. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take them out, put them in the cold water. And when you have a lot of apples, your cold water might get a little warm, so you might have to switch it out and put you some more cold water in there. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, and that's it. So now we're gonna boil them. Now we got them in our cold water, which I'm gonna pull this water out and get some more cold water, because by them coming out of the hot water, the water is not as cold anymore. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna be back with y'all once I let these sit for about, I'm gonna let them cool till later on tonight or in the morning. I'm gonna dip them. I'll probably let them sit till in the morning. You know, that'll give it more time. You know, they'll be a little better if I dip them early in the morning. So I'll be back with y'all once these sit. Okay, you guys, since I want to get these done by, well, the same day, I'm gonna sit them in the fridge for a little bit so they can cool a little faster. And then I will return, because we're doing these apples the same day. We're not going to wait and do them in 48 hours. We're going to do these apples the same day. So I will return, and we're going to start dipping once these apples cool. Okay, you guys, I'm back. So now we're gonna go ahead and get our candy mixture going. All right, so I'm gonna add my 2 cups of sugar. That's 1 cup. 2 cups. And then I'm gonna add my 1/2 cup of water. Alright, and then now a tablespoon of vinegar. And we're gonna mix it all up. I was not prepared. Alright, so now that's mixed up, I'm going to add my white food coloring. And I'm doing purple candy apples. So I'm going to add my white first. Then we're going to add the purple. And my eye is not on. I just have the pot on here. I haven't turned it on yet.
One more cup of white.
Alright. Now I'm going to get my purple. I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't have all this ready, but I've been up doing orders all night. I haven't even had any sleep yet. So I'm ready to get these candy apples over with, so I can go to bed. Alright, so purple. Oh, I hate the kind you have to scoop out. I thought I had one that squirts out. Well, I do. Okay, so the customer wants a light purple. So I'm not going to put much. I'm going to put a little bit at a time. And I'm dipping 12 apples, but the customer wants 6 purple, 6 light purple, and 6 light pink. So I gotta make 2 different batches of mixture. And usually, if a customer wants 2 different colors, and I have to make 2 different batches, I charge a little bit more because, you know, there's more work that you have to do by making 2 different batches. So, but it all depends on, you know, you and what you want to charge, or if you want to charge extra. Put a little bit of white. See if I can get this purple to pop a little bit. But yeah, It's up to you if you want to charge extra. But to me, if I got to make 2 different batches, like after I did these, I got to go back, clean this pot, get another pot, make another batch, dip 6 more apples. Like, to me, that should cost more than just having one color and I can dip them all at one time. It's not as much work. Alright, so I'm going to stick with this purple. Y'all, I am really not prepared. I gotta get my candy apple thermometer. I am so sorry. I was prepared at the beginning, then had to do other stuff, cakes and other stuff, and end up putting stuff up and moving stuff. And alright, so as y'all can see, this is the purple that I have achieved. So now I'm gonna just take my pot to the sink and get all this sugar from around the top. I usually get a cup, and that sugar around the rim of your pot will keep your candy from not crystallizing. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn my eye on 6. And I'm also gonna go ahead and put my candy thermometer in. If I can find her. So you always want to make sure that it's not touching the bottom, or you won't get an accurate reading. So what we're going to do is let this mixture cook until it gets to 300 degrees. Once it gets to 300 degrees, we are going to take it off the eye, and we're going to add our flavoring, and then we're going to dip. Okay, so you can add your flavoring at 250. I used to add my flavoring at 250, and then I started adding it at the end. But with Lorianne's flavoring, it's very potent. So even if you add it at 250, you're gonna be able to taste the flavoring. So that's why, well, some people don't add it in until the end, but I haven't been using Lorianne's. I've just been using like regular flavoring. Like, I got strawberry. Let me show y'all what it looked like. And it is the Watkins brand. So yeah, I've been using this, and it's not, well, it's strong, but it's not as strong as the Lorianne's flavoring. So that's why I've been putting my flavor in at the end. But if it's all up to you, you know what, you have to play with your mixture and just play with it, and then you'll see what works best for you, because what works best for me might not work for you. So you just got to work with it and, you know, see what works out for you, what you like. You know, if you like it at 250, put it in at 250. Maybe you can taste the flavor better at 250. I don't know. You just have to try and, you know, keep practicing. And yeah, that's it. So when we hit 300 degrees, I will be back, and we're gonna add our flavoring, and we're gonna dip our apples. Okay, so our mixture has reached the 300 degrees. So I'm just gonna take the thermometer out, sit it in some cold water. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add my flavoring, and I just put about a teaspoon in. But if you're using Lorianne's, if you're doing a half a batch, which is 2 cups of sugar, a half a cup of water, and a tablespoon of vinegar, then you would do half of the bottle, don't use the whole dram. But if you're doing a whole batch, then I would use the whole dram. Alright, so I mix my flavoring in. So now I'm just gonna turn tip my pot to the side and dip. And that's a pretty purple. Came out to be a pretty purple. Set your pot to the side and dip. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something that I did this time to try it out to help my apples cool. I set them in the fridge in the bowl with the cold water. So, and I left them in there for about for about 5-6 hours or maybe a little longer. And it did help. Like, it helped them cool fast. And as you can see, they didn't get any bubbles. And I did these the same day. So yeah, so if you want to sit them, take your bowl or your apples and your water and just sit them in the fridge, and it'll help them cool off faster, and you'll be able to dip them faster. But I did let them sit in there for a couple of hours though. It was probably at least 8 hours. So yeah, but they turned out really well, really good. Tomorrow really well. I'm so tired. I'm sorry if I ain't got it together today, y'all. But it has been a long day. I haven't been asleep. About to dip these. And then I gotta do some pink ones. 6 pink ones. So after I do these purple ones, I'm gonna do another video on the pink ones. And I gotta decorate the sticks. So I did, it was for a birthday party, JoJo theme. So I did the cake, and now I'm doing the candy apples to match the cake. So I'm gonna put a picture of her on the stick. So I got my hot glue on, ready to go. So since I've already got those dipped, now I'm gonna go ahead and put the picture on the stick, and then I'm gonna start on the pink ones. Alright, so I'm gonna go get my hot glue gun and my pictures, and then I will be back and I'm gonna glue on the pictures. Okay guys, so this is my pictures that I printed out. I find it best to do the picture on a stick instead of doing the edible image. I mean, I have the edible printer to do the edible images, but I just think that to me, it's just better to do it on a stick. It saves you more time, and then also, to me, I like it better on a stick. But like I said, for each his own, so whatever, you prefer, then go with it. Alright, so I want to make sure they all dry so I can turn them all the way that I want them to be. So I try to turn them where if they're on the treat table, that they all look the same. Okay, so that's pretty good right there. That's the best it's gonna get. Alright, so I think I'm gonna bag them first, and then put them on the stick. It's still a little warm, but if I put, well, I guess I'll just put it up here and bag them afterwards, just so I can go ahead and show y'all how I put the pictures on. So just put a little dot in the middle with your hot glue gun. And I guess, like I said, I'm going to do the picture in the, well, at the top. And that's it. Now that's, to me, that's much easier than doing the edible images, because you got to cut those out. Well, you have to cut these out too, but you know, you have to get it to stick, which the edible images stick well on the candy apples when they're warm, but if it's not warm, it's kind of hard to get them to stick. Now try to line them all up beside each other so each picture be in the same spot on each apple. Well, y'all, let's see. I got a bubble at the top. Wasn't able to pop it in time.
This shit hot there, motherfucker.
Cool.
Good. Oh, bad.
Y'all, I'm sorry. My brother acting crazy. Alright, so put this beside this one so I can make sure that the picture is lined up. And I also have some candy apples, some clear boxes, but I've charged extra for the clear boxes, and most of my customers don't prefer them because, you know, it costs a little extra. So, and if you're getting 30 candy apples and you're getting 30 clear boxes, they just rather have them in the clear bags than to pay that extra money for the clear boxes. So, that was hot. But on like little orders, you know, where this order is 12, so she didn't ask for the, well, want the clear boxes, so I'm just gonna bag them up in clear bags. Save that one. Let me see. So this is the last one. All right, so this is what they look like. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that notification bell below to let you know every time I upload a video. And I will be coming right back with y'all in a little while to do the pink ones. So I will see y'all guys later. I just wanted to show y'all how they look after I finish. I bagged them and put them straight in the fridge. That'll help them from getting sticky, because if you leave them out, and especially in this hot weather, they will get sticky. So yeah, that's what they look like after I bagged them and decorated them. Aren't they cute? All right.